Hello, YouTube, or whoever is going to see this video. My name is Chrissy. Chrissy the Glaceon is my main channel. My vlog channel is Miss Chris 1818. Today, I am here to talk about something that has been on my mind for the past... Well, it was kind of in the back burner for a couple of months till today. So, I was at my mother's dentist appointment, sitting outside in the waiting area and watching the news, and what do I see? 8-year-old has shot and killed caretaker after video gameplay. And what happens to be playing while this article or whatever is going on? A video of somebody playing Grand Theft Auto. Here we go. I wasn't even able to fully listen to the report because I started developing opinions the moment I saw Grand Theft Auto. I personally am not a big, huge advocate fan of the game, but I know people who are, and I'm not going to say it's a bad game. It's a fun game. It has good storylines. I personally like San Andreas, period. But it irks me when people happen to say that it's the game's fault that the child did said actions. Mind you now, the child was 8 years old. Here are my personal opinions on this situation. Number one, your child is 8 years old. Where is he getting a rated MA game in the first place? And how in the heck is he playing this with the supervision, mind you, because he was with his caretaker? Sorry about that. Had to change my venue. Magic. Because my mom went back to her room and can't be in there. Listen, first off, it's the fact that he's 8 years old and he's having supervision as he's playing this game. Mind you now, I think we all know Grand Theft Auto is a rated MA game. And we all know for various reasons. But my major concern is the fact that he was 8 years old and playing it. Not only that, but the fact that he had the supervision. Not only that, that their parents are allowing this. First of all, how does a rated MA game like Grand Theft Auto get in the house anyway? I didn't look too much into the article, so this may just be my own biased opinion. But I'm thinking, how does a rated MA game get into the house unless it was purchased by said father or said brother, maybe? Because, let's face it, the demographic for Grand Theft Auto is males. Unfortunately, that's what I've seen, because half the young ladies I know do not play Grand Theft Auto for various reasons. I personally play it every once in a while. Because who doesn't want to go around terrorizing random civilians? They brought a psychologist onto the scene during the report, as I could see, and they asked him, do you think the video game had any influence? Honestly, first of all, you're a psychologist. So you are going to know the immediate answer to that is yes, not quite possibly. Because let's look at the pieces of the puzzle here. He's 8 years old. 8-year-olds are still in mental development stage. Mind you, your mental development is from creating of a fetus throughout your whole entire life. Your mental development never completely stops, but it tends to slow down around the teenage years and more so into adulthood. So at the age of 8, you're going to be very, very influenced with what's going on. The two, not only the fact that he's 8 years old, but is being allowed to play this game. I personally have a friend whose 8-year-old brother finished Saints Row the Third in 2 or 3 days. And that amazes me because I'm just like, use dildos as swords in that game. What? Why is a child exposed to this stuff? I personally had my innocence stripped away from me by my friends. Ain't nobody got time for that, though. And it just irks me. Back to the point. The psychologist was saying it may have had an effect due to the fact that his mind was in mental development. Thank you for saying that. But he neglected to mention that not only is the child in mental development, but children and even teenagers are very heavily influenced by a lot of things. Not only media, but by own personal conflict, by own personal experience, and by own people in our general area. That being said, with a gun being in the house in the first place, why wasn't it secured properly? Why wasn't it locked up, put in an area where the child would not have reach? My only idea or method of thinking as to how this is possible is either A, he saw his father put it away one time and found out where it was, father or mother, whoever the owner of the gun was. Again, I didn't look too much into it, so this is my own biased beginning opinion. I'll hopefully look into this story later so I can give a more in-depth speech. Or number two, it was just lying around, which I readily doubt. I'm pretty sure any responsible parent, whether responsible or not, I assume any parent period, if having a gun in the house with children, is going to think, if you're a logical, rational person, oh my goodness, I have a gun. There is a little child walking around this area. Oh, maybe I should leave this gun out. Oh, nope. Not going to put the gun away because I don't need to. My child knows better. I've heard stories of irrational parents like that, and I'm just like, why wasn't it put away safely? All in all, this is just my opinion for the moment. And I just want to say that I'm upset, and if I look into the story and I find out that they blame the game, which was the beginning of this whole ranting-like argument, I won't call this ranting, I'll just call this stating my own opinion. But if it comes to a point where they start blaming the game and then it traces back into the whole ban game laws and then the whole not allow MA games or not allowing games that don't provoke mental thought, blah, blah, blah. If it goes back into that and any of those bills get reconstituted, I'm going to have a major issue. Not as anyone who's per se representing Grand Theft Auto or any other officially quote-unquote violent game. I will admit I am a violent gamer. I personally enjoy God of War, Gears of War. Every once in a while, when I just don't have anything to do, I will bother my friend and play Dark Souls. Tell me how many of those games are not violent. But besides the violent games, I also play games like Portal, which is thought-provoking and has a very intriguing story. So, you know, gotta have best of both worlds. Point of the matter is, I'm just hoping that this whole argument does not trace back into game laws, but I hope it does trace back into gun control, just a little bit, not too much. Because if it traces back so far where that whole argument's just going to be blown up again, then I think I might have a bit of a problem with that. That's all I have to say for now. I'm going to look into it more, and I'm going to do another video. Peace out, Pokemon.